This is really where they go off at. Now, who we talking about? We talking about Jesus, right? Talking about the Messiah, and then it talks about in between the Messiah, it talk about what was going to happen to the city, and then it picked right back up with the one that got anointed, the Messiah, right? Then it said he shall do what?
Confirm the covenant.
It don't say make a covenant, does it?
No.
Confirm lets you know the covenant is already established, right? He just coming to confirm it. He coming to confirm it. Look, it was a covenant made with Jesus and Abraham. Abraham already did his part. Abraham did his part. Look, Abraham was righteous. Lord promised him he's going to be the father of many nations. Also promised him the land of Israel, right? However, look, the death of the testator got to take place in order for this covenant to actually come into effect. So once Jesus died, notice what it says here. It said he shall confirm the covenant with many for how long?
For 1 week.
For 1 week. We talking about 7 years. He going to confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. What else does it say?
And in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease.
That's right. So in the midst of the week, in the midst of those 7 years, he going to cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease. You know why? Because he going to get cut off. He going to get cut off in the midst of the week. The midst of 7 years is what?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. But see, right here, what they do is they automatically out of nowhere, they just jump to the Pope. Because they see where it says, the people of the prince that's going to come shall destroy the city. We know the people of the prince. Look, we talking about the Romans coming in there. It's the Romans coming in there that's representing this prince, that's working on behalf of Satan, sisters and brothers. They the one that's going to come in and destroy Jerusalem. But still, it jumped right back to the Messiah. He going to confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. And in the middle of the week, guess what's going to happen? He going to be cut off, not for himself. How long did Jesus preach, sisters and brothers?
3.5 years.
3.5 years, right? Why 3.5 years? Why? Because he got cut off in the midst of 7 years. What else does it say?
And for the overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate.
So this type of language right here also confuses them too. When it said, and for the overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate. Look, this ain't got nothing to do with the abomination of desolation. We just talking about some abomination or some abominable acts that are taking place in the land. And because of that, this is why the Lord had Jerusalem destroyed, sisters and brothers. That's why it says here, and because or for the overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate. He going to destroy Jerusalem because we couldn't get ourselves together.